All righty, here we go. People, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. We are having some technical difficulties over there on X. I'm not sure why that's not working, but we are definitely live and in full effect on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get us started. KG, hold on one second, my good brother. I'm gonna get the intros cracking, and then we're gonna get this episode started.
It's the ginger whiskey assassin, the other KG. Hashtag y'all gotta chill.
All right, KG, talk to him.
So Natty cut that promo on Monday Night Raw, right? She was just like Maxine. She was shaking her ass instead of making the division kiss it. Last time I checked, Natty never was on TV shaking her ass or anything. Did she forget that her sister was the one that had the OnlyFans account?
It might have been the sisters, you know what I'm saying, advice to go ahead and, be her spiritual muse for that promo.
I don't remember nothing about Natty shaking her ass or any going on.
I definitely don't remember Natty doing that. Nasty Natty, but that's why that's the phrase. So she letting us know what types of kid been getting all these years.
You
all
went
right,
from
man. Let me get myself.
we went from nasty Nas to nasty Nas to nasty Natty. What is going on, man?
Hey, man, nasty Nas to nasty Natty, baby. All right, here we go.
It's Big Oos, Old Man Logan, acknowledging.
All right, good people. Thank y'all as always for tuning in, checking us out. I'm trying to get our X feed working right now. Not to be confused with like X and XX or Pornhub or any of those things. I'm talking about the artist formerly known as Twitter for some reason, and it's been an issue on StreamYard for a while. It's just finally getting around to us, I guess. But a couple of things, man. Thank y'all for watching us on Boulevard Ave on Mondays at 8 p.m. The party starts at 8 over there, the same way it starts at 8 over here on Wednesdays. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to giving you guys some new information on the locale. We'll be doing our SummerSlam show, God willing, if everything goes right. This place looks very nice, very clean area, nice neighborhood, and nice bar, and it should be some fun. It should definitely be some fun. So,
man, we got money like that. We were not the Playboy Mansion.
Hey, what happened was I finally found the stash that Joe had, from the AEW money. So now it's
okay.
Like, yeah, I finally found it, man. So
from the con artist
yeah.
known as Tony Khan, aka Tony Khan, man.
Yeah, man. He was getting that money from the house that TK built, So we got a little guy, a little girl tuning in on here. All right, Mystical Multiverse says they're 5, and yeah, they like this. Well, thank you, Mystical Multiverse, for checking us out on Hot Take Wrestling. This is kind of why we PG-13 and we don't do as much cursing, and that's why Hot Take After Dark was created. So there you have it. But yeah, people, make sure y'all watch us, like, share, and subscribe. Smash the subscribe button on NMG TV on YouTube, and you can check any and every piece of podcast content that has been created under the NMG umbrella on that website, on that channel, excuse me. All right, so getting into this week, myself and KG, we're going to do our weekly recap. He'll also give us our Wrestler of the Week. We'll recap NXT's Vengeance Day. My apologies, y'all. I thought Vengeance Day was coming this weekend, and it was actually last weekend.
No, it's coming this weekend, St. Patty's Day in Chicago.
Oh, man. The Ginger Whiskey Assassin, y'all heard it here first. But we also have AEW Revolution to make our picks for those matches that are coming this weekend. So yeah, man, just sit back, relax, and me and KG gonna do our best KO and Sammy impression per usual. The greatest tag team ever in podcasting. You know, y'all know it, we know it, so it's all good. All right. So with that said, KG, you ready to get the weekly recap going?
If we could like pipe in Pat McAfee saying "Let's go," that would be great.
I will work on it. I will definitely work on trying to find the audio clip of that and piping that in for us for sure. All right, so here we go.
And now your week in review.
Yeah, so we got remnants of WrestleMania 40 trickling in on the road to WrestleMania 42. Cody winning the WWE Championship was apparently the most disliked video of 2026. Drew McIntyre did not pray for that. He always say, "I prayed for this." I bet you didn't pray for that on the road to WrestleMania. I was super confused about the match. For one, Cody getting power bound through a table. I'm like, what is up with these table spots? Make it make sense for me. If it's no DQ, if somebody getting put through the table, but you can't pick up the steel steps or chairs used as a weapon. I'm so confused about this, Logan. Make it make sense for me. But congrats to Truth and Damian Priest on winning tag team tournament. So they're about to face M Truth because that was long overdue. I think that was about more than that. About 13 years after the fact. I remember Truth and Miz was supposed to get the tag titles right after they finished that program with Cena and Rock at Survivor Series 2011, and then Truth got suspended. But who's to say? You know what? They might win the titles. Truth and Priest. Priest is really growing on me. I always knew Drew had the capabilities of being a star down in his days in NXT, but I wasn't the biggest fan of his run in Judgment Day. Once they split him up, I think he really came into his own on the main roster. And maybe just being around that group, talented group, obviously, with him, Finn. We'll get into Finn later, what happened with him, should I say. And Rhea, just that nucleus together. And, Dom developed his character around them as well. So although the original Judgment Day was consisting of a trio of Adam Copeland, or the artist formerly known as Ed, Ripley, and Priest with the original Big Three, so to speak. I really think he did come to his own sense then. So looking forward to that. Sammy's out here acting like I don't know what is going on with him, man. He over here acting like Ryan O'Malley and Oz right now.
Hey, that was a throwback for you right there. For the people that don't remember Oz, oh man.
This man is just manipulating everybody, trying to get what he wants. Because he really has no home of his own, kind of like O'Reilly O'Reilly. I said O'Malley. I think it was O'Reilly on Oz, because there was no Irish gang in the prison. So
now you just had the Aryans, but they
right.
were Irish. Him and his brother was Irish. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So he kind of had to manipulate everybody, trying to get where he needed to be. And so Sammy seemed like he's doing. First he's going backstage to Cody, trying to get in his head on his way to face Drew McIntyre. Then he's questioning Randy Orton's motives, like how could you do that to somebody you love so much, but we'll see. Like I said, it's just funny that they kind of got, if you look at it, they kind of got Aleister Black falling into that role that Karrion Kross has fallen into on his way out, where he's trying to get people to embrace their evilness in a sense. Because he tried it with Priest, okay, yeah, that didn't turn him, but he's trying to with Orton, and Orton pulls the trigger. Now they're teasing that he's gonna pull that with Sami Zayn. Now I don't know. We keep, I'm gonna say I keep harping on possibly Logan Paul or Dirty Dom winning Money in the Bank, but if they turn Sammy, the way he's weaseling around, that could be his path to the championship. Because he's already had his WrestleMania moments as a babyface. Everybody doesn't have to touch the world title that first time around as a babyface. Especially because he's, quote-unquote, reached the mountaintop twice in a sense. He's main evented WrestleMania 3 years ago. First time I think the tag titles in history were to close the show at WrestleMania. And then he knocked off Gunther to end his historic 666-day reign as Intercontinental Champion the very next year. Once again, and that was right before the main event of night one, I believe. So that was kind of like the co-main event spot in a sense. He definitely stole the show that night.
Right.
It was that's between them or Becky and Rhea, but I would say match of the night for night one for sure at WrestleMania 40. So we'll see what they go with that route with Sammy. Yeah, we're getting what we thought we would get to. Is just not at the event we thought necessarily. Because I could have sworn Orton, and it's not that it wasn't WrestleMania caliber. I thought that was gonna be SummerSlam last year. I didn't know they were going. I didn't know Cena was gonna get his run, and so I think this is where we all kind of wanted to get to at some point. I just think it kind of sucks for Drew though.
Yeah.
From a standpoint that, to your point from a couple weeks ago or last week, you said they wanted Cody in the Rumble, an actual Rumble, and they want him in the Chamber. So just to put a title on somebody just to have him in that spot kind of sucks. Like I said, if that was the case, I do feel like they could have took the title off him a little bit sooner. Because Cody had it for about 5 months after he knocked out Cena. They could have gave you that title around Survivor Series, man. It still would have sucked to lose on the road to WrestleMania. We could at least let him cook a little bit more, considering the fact that, like I said, him and Bayley were definitely the MVPs of WWE during the pandemic, and she got to have her run. I think she had about 4 or 5 months after she knocked off Io at WrestleMania 40, and I think Drew didn't even technically have it 2 months. If you round up, it was 2 months. I think it was 55, 56 days or something.
I think I saw something that said 56 days.
And speaking of Io, though, I was trying to four horsewomen of this generation. I should have went with Io because I say that because they got caught up. All of them got caught up around 2015, 2016. So I don't think a new wave can come in unless you were not a part of that class. So I would have to redo that list. Rhea and Bianca came up around 2020, 2021. So they stay on that list. Io, I would give that to her because she's the 2-time women's world champion. I think a 2 or 3-time tag champion. Maybe 3 or 4 actually. Cause I know she won it twice with Dakota. Then she got it with Rhea. So I would put those 3 for sure. And then I would probably say, even though she got called up around that time, she didn't really get pushed as a single star. So I'll stay with Liv on that list. But everybody else kind of got called up, 2015, 2016. I was just thinking who got called up, within the last 5 years or 6 years. Because, like I said, to start that second wave, I would think there should be at least X amount of years removed from the 4 horsewomen. And it's no knock on Asuka, but she came up around the same time, so it's kind of hard to put her in that crop of that new generation, that new wave. We basically saw Monday Night Raw. Finn told Dom, man, you acting like the kid that wanted his crust cut off the sandwiches. Stop acting like a little bit. He said, no more Uncrustables, man. But yeah, Finn was the last one they kicked out of Judgment Day, man. I said the original 3, but he was the 4th member of that original crew from 2022. Dom later joined that year. That was further in the fall, I thought this turn was going to happen, like I said, at Elimination Chamber. It went off well either way. I'm not mad at it at all. I think it was time. It was long past due for Finn to separate from Judgment Day, man. That group's only going to go as high as they could go probably 2 years ago when they had Rhea and Damian Priest as both being world champions. Well, they all had gold. Because Dom was the North American champion, and then Finn and Priest were
they were tag champs, right?
Champions, yeah. Before Priest cashed, I was trying to think, yeah. But no, that was actually 3 years ago. Sorry, I'm my mistake. That was 3 years ago because I forgot they put Cody and Jay together briefly when Cody didn't win the world championship. That was 2023. My fault. I have to catch myself.
Yeah.
But that was when they all had goals. 2023. Come 2024, I forgot they dropped the tag titles the night before because they split the titles up. When Priest and Finn lost I think Theory and Grayson Waller walked away, and then Austin Truth walked away with the other set of titles, which was wild because they didn't even explain that. Let's not hear about that. Went into that match. I'm just like, wait, what? The match not over? I'm like, and what? That's we get into that another time. Um, I thought Punk made some great points because for me, uh, I'm not over this whole. Oh man, you know how Roman feels about his family. We all know it's kayfabe, but who don't love their family at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Like, why does
Right.
this? Why does this Samoan blood oath run different than other? Because it's like he sure was running his mouth about Dusty. Like any chance he got, it was mostly to put Cody down, but he definitely did during that press conference call him irrelevant. I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
Right. Right.
So it's like they like, oh, apologize, Ooze.
Hmm.
They was in
Hmm.
their bag. He said it's young boys. I said okay.
Yeah, right. Punk was showing he was got a little hip to him. So he brought his young boys out here to come and fight his back.
But and then when Punk got hit, you get an audio mic. He said, I deserve that. um but every time I see like Punk low key get knocked down, I remember that one time about 15 years ago when when they brought Kevin Nash back and they were teasing a feud between the two of them. And he
Hmm.
sucker punched him. You can hear the dude in the audio background. He was like, "You punched him in the lip ring. That's garbage." But yeah, man, it's getting personal, and I'm happy about it, man. We don't need just because they both are the top baby faces right now. I ain't see a turn baby. The top two stars, arguably outside of Cody in the company.
Hmm.
You know, it don't gotta be because I'm wondering if they're gonna go that route with Orton and Cody, or are we gonna get it at WrestleMania as far as getting down and dirty in the trenches? That's what I'm
Do you?
wondering.
I was going to ask you that while we were discussing today. Do you think the turn should happen at Mania, or is that something we should see leading up to Mania, where it's like, okay, he done went full on, I hear voices kicking people in the head mode, like you know, Randy Orton circa I was going to say 2009, 2009. Well, I could have said that, I guess. 2009, 2010. Just are we gonna see him going into that bag beforehand, or do we see that take place at WrestleMania? Because you could do the double
Yeah,
turn too, a la
that's
Stone Cold and Brett. Because Cody been teetering, dude. It's been a lot of like tweener. I ain't gonna say like full on heel, but it's definitely been a lot of tweenerness to Cody as of late. You know, especially when you saw him in the backstage segments on SmackDown prior to the championship match. And it's just like, oh yeah, that homeland is right around the corner.
I was just gonna actually throw that idea out there while you put that in the atmosphere. I was possibly thinking, what if it's Cody? Because, and unlike the Cena turn of last year, I think Cody could put it off a little bit better because he has more left in the tank in the ring too. I think not that
Mm-hmm.
Cena had nothing but terrible matches because towards that end, you saw him get his groove. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I think they would do this correctly because, like I said numerous times on here, they botched the Cena heel turn on so many levels. I don't think they would botch it with Cody because he's arguably in his prime still for one and for two. Um, just might be time too.
Yeah.
Because the Cena thing to me, like I said, they did that 10 years too late for it. It still got the reaction people they wanted people to on the initial night that it happened. Because I'm gonna be
But
honest,
that
I didn't.
and we see how
Yeah,
much it took for that reaction to get there. Like you had to have Rock there, you had to have Travis Scott there for him to actually get booed. Because as we saw, man, he was in full blown heel mode, dissing the crowd every single
yeah,
place
yeah.
he went. But like you pointed out, every single place they go, he's doing it in the Cena shirt for that city's home team, one of the home teams of that city,
Right,
or the colors of that city or whatever have you. And it's just like, yo, how is he a heel? But we doing all this with the merch. Like, I
exactly.
wouldn't even been mad had they had that merchandise there at the city for them to buy and
Right,
for the fans to
exactly.
wear. But his shirt should have never changed from the black shirt.
Right. Or when they were in LA, to my point, they have numerous green Cena shirts. What's their biggest basketball rivalry? The Celtics. Where's Cena from? Boston area.
Hmm.
Why is he in Laker colors at the Staples Center or Crypto.com, whatever it's called now?
Right.
Um,
Just clever stuff like that. Like that
yeah,
was definitely missteps, like
yeah.
within that run. And I think part of that, because like he said, he was ready to do a full year where he was there every week, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
for them to not wanna, I'm like, y'all got the money to pay Cena to be there for the year, so that isn't an issue. But for you not to want to use John Cena for an entire year that he's ready and willing to give y'all, that was insane to me. I still don't get it.
No, I'll co-sign that because they already knew they were going to be sporadically without Roman.
Hmm.
So why not at that point, especially because he was already champion too? It's one thing they say, okay, we don't want to put Cena in the title picture. I can see that, and then you say, okay, that's why we don't want him here every week because then at some point we might have to put him in the title. He was already the champion, to your point, and he wanted it to be there. So that's a little weird on their point, on their
Yeah.
part, should I say? Shout out to Bailey for winning that gauntlet match. So she'll be facing one of her mentors slash one of her good friends for sure, AJ Lee. And AJ still showed that she has chemistry when given the time to work. I don't know what this might mean for WrestleMania if we get a multi-woman match for the IC title, but I don't think it'll go that route because the way they've been presenting uh, or positioning the teams in the tag team division, should I say, I'm thinking we
Hmm.
get the first ever women's ladder match for the tag team titles at Mania because there's too many teams jockeying for a position right now. We just saw Alexa and Charlotte go over Kiana James and Julia on SmackDown, so they're supposed to be in line, I guess, to face the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, but also the Kabuki Warriors going to always be lurking. Um, Rhea, and even though they won't put them together properly, they did tease that though. So if Bailey comes up short, we could see her turning her back on Lyra, not turning her back necessarily, but being because she thought she went down to try to help Io up during that gauntlet match. So we could get a damage control reunion,
Hmm.
and that could be how Lyra turns, maybe possibly heel on Bailey. Like you want to go align yourself almost like a Cody and KO situation. You want to align yourself with that person because they kicked her out of damage control.
Right.
So the fact that
Right.
she's showing sympathy to her lets me to believe that something like that's gonna happen, and she's gonna say she'd rather team with Io because Io's kind of been there already. Even though Lara's a former champion too, it's like Io is more polished, not even polished, more accomplished, should I say,
Hmm.
in that division at least. Because as I said, Dakota and her were two-time tag champions. She was a tag champion down in NXT, I believe, with um, Zoe Stark, and she also just lost the title to Rhea. So it could be one of those situations too, where it's like, I want my WrestleMania moment. I got more history with her type thing, and then like I said, maybe Lyra returns at WrestleMania or something like that, and aligns herself with Becky or something. Maybe they go on like
Hmm.
a run
Could
together.
could be. Could be.
Two Irish
All right.
lashes.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's touch on this comment really quickly. We got from Twitch. Shout out to Ghostface 2024-5. Randy should low blow Cody and punt him to win the title. So it sounds like he's a fan of Randy turning at WrestleMania versus the turn happening prior, like during the lead up to the match. I think that all depends on where they want to go. Like I mentioned briefly while you were giving the recap, if you want to do the double turn there, it's maybe possible, and you have Randy do this because that will be total old school classic heel Randy fashion.
right.
But if you want to do the turn, the baby, the double turn, where Cody does the heelish tactics in order to retain the title, I think that would go because, like you said, the most disliked video of 2026, much like how we had that for Charlotte. Was that last year when Charlotte won the Rumble? That was one of the most disliked videos.
No, it was. It might have been. I don't know. I could have
Was
sworn it.
she? Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think it was last year because
I
that's when she
believe
fought
it.
Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know it was her. They said something about Jay Uso at one point. I forgot what video of him what it was. They said got one of them too.
Yeah,
It wasn't him winning the Rumble. It was him. What the hell was it with Jey Uso?
Was it when he won the title back?
No, because he had it.
Because I remember him getting some flack when he got the title back for the second time, and it was only for it was a transitional run. But I remember a lot of people was like,
No, he didn't. He didn't get it back. He lost it to Gunther, and then that was it.
But he a 2-time champ though, right?
I think he a 2-time IC champ, maybe.
I think he's a 2-time WWE champ because he lost it.
He lost it to Gunther on that episode of Raw in June, and then Gunther,
I could be wrong.
And then Gunther kept it until SummerSlam when he lost it to Punk. So I'm trying to remember what it was with Jey Uso. What it was they said was most. It couldn't have been him winning the Rumble. Maybe that's what it was. You can look it up and fact check.
Yeah, I'm checking while you finishing your weekly.
But let's see. I know it's something else I'm missing on Raw that I wanted to speak. Oh, they said they had a backstage segment with Javon Evans and Kofi to see, he's trying to plant that seed, see if he wants to join New Day. Thought that was interesting because somebody kind of has to be that gatekeeper with elevating the younger talent. Can't always be Miz at this point. Kofi's been tenured just as long as him. Could be one of those situations too. I'm thinking as over as he is too. Even though I believe this is gonna be his opponent at WrestleMania, I believe it's gonna be Oba and Brock. I wouldn't be mad if they set up his first feud fucking Sheamus or somebody, another brawler or something, because I think they setting Brock up for Seth.
It could be, especially with the only two options. If they're not gonna go with Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins, I think Seth versus Brock could be. I just don't know how you get to that. Well, no, I guess you could. The Paul Heyman factor could be how you get to that. So, and they got plenty of time to get to that. You know what I mean? As far as reigniting that feud. So you're right there.
And then is Seth still collecting his dividends from being under contract, or as with being the face of the what do they call it, the Authority? Because where are all these masked men coming from, bro?
Yeah.
Like, Adam Pearce, get control of your show, man.
I saw one of the guys, they did a close-up on the guy, I guess, when he took the mask off, not this past week, but last week, I think it was. And it was one of Seth's students from his wrestling school. So I don't know if how truthful it was to that. Excuse me, but that's what I saw for that. Shout out to Ghostface. He's giving us a lot of comments here. He said, I think the issue is that fans will pop if Randy goes low in turns, especially if he then punts. Especially with the reaction that Cody got for winning. Yeah, totally. And that's just kind of the era we in wrestling. Like when stuff is supposed to be a heel, maneuver or a heel, just whatever. Fans, and if the fans love it, they just pop for it. You know what I mean? So it's not looked at where like, oh, he's beating the bad guy. I mean, the good guy. Boo. Like they start cheering for it, But I didn't really get around to it in our Facebook chat, our Facebook group either. So people that's watching, if you're on Facebook and you want to join our community, it's the Hot Take community on Hot Take Wrestling community on Facebook. So search that in the groups, and you can definitely join. You can send a request to be added, and we will add you there, and you can talk wrestling with us. But yeah, man, I do think that's a good point right there, Ghostface. And he said it, and you both were right. I was getting ready to address that. He only had one world title, so that was on me. He kept getting blown up. So yeah.
Well, shout out to Ghostface for sure. Thank you for being interactive with us tonight. I think the problem is just there's not too many baby faces that are super over anymore too. That's another issue with the heel turns getting the reaction response, because Dom was getting good, not good, but he was getting reactions, should I say. He's not supposed to get positive reaction. But they turned on Finn, and they started a Dom you suck chant. So it depends on the wrestler, I think, too. I think that goes hand in hand with the turn, because right now, with the reactions to your point that Cody's starting to get, that would definitely be one of the loudest pops of night one. His word
And
and
it's
turns.
and it's like you said, man, super Cody. It's super Cody now. You know what I mean? Like they're
Cody
going down
Mania.
that path with him. Cody made it. He needs to be. That needs to be on his shirt this year. His WrestleMania edition shirt. But yeah,
The real
I felt
American
like
Nightmare.
yeah, yeah, they're gonna have him with the eye patch in a second. Like I was looking at some of the stuff when he had that match against Kenny Omega, and he came out with the eye patch on. But I was hoping Drew was gonna have a moment, at least carry it to WrestleMania if you're gonna have him lose it. And you kind of do the three-way match. That way you have Drew, Cody, Randy. Even though Randy won his fair and square in the Elimination Chamber, but because we've been hearing all these rumors of these multi men heavyweight championship matches, and
Hmm.
it's just like, yo, how do we get to that? Like, I know people were saying initially maybe Jacob Fatu was going to be in there some kind of way, and I'm like, well, all right, if they alluded to Sammy maybe being the person that attacked him months ago, I'm like, all right, well, that sounds more like the WrestleMania match there than a multi-man match, at least to me. When it
Right.
comes to Sammy's, WrestleMania appearance, if he has one. But yeah, it's been pretty interesting, man.
Well, I mean, one formula they could go through with is maybe they need to stop doing that. The winner of the chamber goes to WrestleMania. I don't know how to get rid of that though, because I'm not saying you get rid of the chamber, because the chamber is of the utmost importance at times. But I
And
don't know
it
how.
just
Yeah,
kind of became that because now you got to figure out a way to book that other champion that isn't picked. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So they just kind of put it into that mode where it's like, oh, okay, well, whoever wins Elimination Chamber is basically a Royal Rumble
2.0.
backlash. You know what I'm saying? 2.0. So it's like, okay, it's a sweepstakes kind of thing. You didn't win the Royal Rumble, but hey, guess what? If you get to participate in Elimination Chamber, this is your second chance.
I want to say second chance, second
You know what I'm
chance.
saying? But yeah, man. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up this NXT news real quick. I'm gonna put this comment up while I pull it up to get ready to go over that. We did have NXT Vengeance Day on Saturday, I believe it was. So let me get the results for that. And we just also had NXT yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch NXT because they had on the news. Here in Illinois and Chicago, we had the tornado watch going on. So that was being dominated on the news. The newscast was like, everybody was talking about the tornado that kind of
Mother,
basically
Na-
spanned.
Mother Nature's Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, yeah. Captain Planet was not pleased with us. He didn't come help. He didn't help in Illinois, Indiana, or in Michigan. So I know it
He,
kind of
he
basically went
he
past
probably had to be
everything
one of
else.
the worst superheroes ever. By the way,
Yeah,
if you
but
sped on him, you like die.
he said, I think Randy. He said, I think Randy attacked both Jacob and Jay. He's never truly been cool with them, even after they left the bloodline. Now that would be a decent little wrinkle too, if we're gonna go
Hmm.
full on, full on heel Randy, where he reveals that down the line. Because I'm thinking, okay, you go full on Randy. Do we give Randy a stable? Do we see Legacy reemerge? You know what I'm saying? Or do you see Cody maybe turn and Cody restart Legacy with some, because Cody has all of these people that have deviated from AEW that were basically under his tutelage and under his wing during his time over there. So I'm thinking, could that happen, or will we want to see it be like led by a Randy Orton? You know what I mean? But I'm just like, hey, you could do this. You could bring back Legacy, but you can also have Cody finally have a Nightmare family that we haven't seen in on WWE television yet. So it's a couple of ways they could definitely go with that, man. It's a couple of ways they could go with that. But yeah, so let me bring up Vengeance Day results. And I don't know, man. I know they were talking about that's true. That's true. Um I don't know. I wouldn't mind though. So let's see. Blake Monroe defeated Jada Parker in a street fight at Vengeance Day. I think Jada's probably on her way up soon. I don't know if they're gonna do. I don't know if they're doing a draft this year because you seen Trick just come up. You saw who else come up? Oba just come up randomly. Um, Jordan Grace came up randomly. Julia, who else? And Stephanie Vacura. So we've been seeing people just kind of randomly get called up. Javon Evans was another. So I'm thinking Blake is probably not Blake. Excuse me. Jada Parker is probably on her way up soon because she left. So she's going out, probably going out with a loss, like they do in NXT. Tony D'Angelo defeated Dion Lennox from what's the name of the crew? Down there. Damn, I can't think of the name of that damn group. But Tony D'Angelo's back getting utilized in the ring. I'm looking forward to more of that. Tatum Paxley defeated Izzy Dame to win the NXT North American Championship. Lola Vice defeated Kalani Jordan in an NXT Underground match. So they're utilizing that Underground property. They're bringing it back. NXT champion Joe Hendry defeated Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints, another person, if they did do the Nightmare Family, you could probably kind of, utilize in that fashion. That was a mistake from Shine for some reason. Shine keeps starting and stopping with Jada. I agree. I want to say, and I'm not trying to buy Shine any bail. I mean, these cats were booking sometimes. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't. But I want to say, was she just injured? Jada just injured not too long ago, and she just came back.
I believe so. Plus, I think as we've seen, two of the biggest success stories of the last 5 years of the women's division, even going back 5 years, before she went back to get that second run down NXT, Becky never touched the title. So, and Bianca never touched the title down there. So,
how do you feel about that though? When certain talents like that don't touch the title during their tenure down there, and they just kind of get called up, like what do you think about that?
Roman never touched the title. Dean never touched it. Like, I mean, to answer your question, it's not
necessary, but
no,
it wouldn't have been a bad feather in the cap.
It doesn't, right? It doesn't hurt them. It's like that's like the stamp of approval, but at the same time, some women do win it, and then they get to the main roster, and they're pigeonholed in being tag team. Like Kyrie was a former champion. Shayna 2-time. She was the first ever 2-time NXT Women's Champion down there. And it's not to disparage the comment, just that but it's more along the lines of I don't necessarily mean bad things. That's all. I'm looking at it that way. Trying to look at it that way. It would be nice because, like I said, it means more than likely they're going to put more effort into you. Into a wrestler when one gets called up, should I say? Not you, but when one gets called up. But I think they can be fine. I think it's especially now because you're seeing more with there being two sets of champions on the main roster too. That's another thing. You're getting more opportunities presented to oneself when that call up happens.
Yeah, for sure. And it's Dark State that Dion Dixon.
I was just gonna say, was it Dark State?
Lennox, yeah. I'm not. It was escaping me, bro. I don't know why I couldn't think of Dark State for nothing. And I think that's a pretty cool name. All right, we got another comment from Ghostface. Lola Vice says she's going after whoever wins between JC Soul and Zarya. He says, I hope Lola versus Lake JC ain't the stand and deliver match. I personally want JC and Soul for a stand and deliver if that were to happen. I'm there with you. But if they're gonna have Lola in that mix, I guess maybe they'll do a triple threat for the title. But yeah, so we'll see. And yeah, he want Boo Bay up there with him on the main roster. So we looking forward to Jada being on Raw real soon. But that brings me back to this, KG. Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, KG, but that's the rumor is that Jada Parker is Jey Uso's girlfriend.
Oh.
So they've been together for quite a while. It's been for at least, I don't know how long exactly, but I know I've heard that for the last several months that Jada Parker was his girl. So much so that she was seen at during football season. She was seen at the 49ers game with Jey Uso. So
I guess it ain't just him no more, Us.
yeah, and she'll fit in there. If they do bring back, just to spitball real quick, before I go on to NXT, the episode that happened on Tuesday, right quick. Obviously, you had the Usos come out during the Punk segment and confront Punk about his comments about Sika. So it feels like they're planting the seeds for the return of the original trio of the Bloodline. Do you bring that back to SmackDown, or do you do that on Monday Night Raw?
It's a good question.
Because obviously, we all know, like, in the midst of the negotiations, the rumor was that Netflix was like, yo, we want Roman to be champion on Netflix.
Well, they kind of already have it set up. They kind of already have it set up because even though they haven't defended the titles in 2 or 3 weeks, they are the World Tag Team Champions. So it made more. And I think most of us know more than likely Roman's going over at Mania. I mean, I know we're still over a month away, but yeah. So if that's the plan, that'll more than likely happen on Raw because it's already set up with them being the tag champions on Raw.
Oh, Ghostface.
And Roman
got the tea tonight. That's his side chick. Hey, yeah. Oh, wait. Hey, that's for the Bloodline. well. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, so what you say, bro?
He's bang skating. Yeet.
Yeah. So I was just like,
no, I'm just saying. I think it's set up already for that to happen on Raw with Roman. Like I said, the Usos already got the tag titles, and Roman's facing Punk for the World Championship. So it's unless they do a draft and they send somebody, they swap brands with champions or something. I think it's already set up for them to do that on Raw.
Yeah. Because the only reason I bring that up is because I'm like, okay, they come out, they confront him. You see how passionate Jay was about it. Then Jimmy gives him a mouth shot for being disrespectful. So it's like, all right, are we going to see that original trio? And spoiler alert here for me personally, because as big of a Roman fan that I've been, like, I think in some crazy way, CM Punk is going to become the new face of the Vision. I really feel like that. I don't know if they're going to stay the Vision at that point. I don't know if you make a new Nexus at that point. I don't know what you do or how you get to it, but I do see end of night 2 WrestleMania, CM Punk realigning with Paul Heyman. I do see that, and I could be completely wrong here. I could be completely wrong, but this is just me shooting the breeze while we're doing the show. I really think that's going to take place.
If Punk retains, it will be ironic because he keeps harping on Roman. He can't do anything without help. I don't know if it'll be the Vision necessarily, but I don't know because his whole spiel. I guess that would be ironic because the last 2 feuds he's been telling people to do it on their own. So that also would be that would also be not a full circle. That would also just be, like I said, ironic that you can show the same thing to Finn to do it on your own too. So
yeah. Or oh man, now he wasn't a part of the Bullet Club, so I couldn't say Bullet Club reunion. But what if we do see CM Punk, Finn Balor, and maybe another whoever? I don't know who that third person would be. But maybe an alignment, some type of an alliance there, just form a new group. I don't know. I really don't personally. The only reason even though I just said it, the only reason I don't like that I'm fully committed to that is because I think Finn needs to be by himself right now. He just needs to be the prince. He just needs to go out here, dominate, bring the demon back even, and go from there. But
somebody in the comments says that they're gonna get the demon versus McBobblehead. Oh man.
Yeah. Here we
I'm
go.
like,
Let's see this.
I mean, I know the man got a big head, but then I gotta keep harping on that. JD McBobblehead.
All right. From yesterday, March 10th. Izzy Dame destroyed new women's champion Tatum Paxley. Sean Legacy and Eli Knight both pinned Jasper Troy in a triple threat speed match. Let's see here. Tony D'Angelo delivered a threat to NMG. I was finna say NMG. Shit. NXT
Oh
champion
wow.
Joe Hendry. Soul Rooker defeats Lanny Reed. Ren Sinclair defeated Thea Hale for the Speed Tournament final, and Ethan Page and Ricky Saints defeat NXT champion Joe Hendry and NXT champion Miles Bourne. So look like we got an alliance taking place right there with Ethan Page and Ricky Saints, two guys that are definitely ready to come up, man. So I'm just saying, don't necessarily have to be with Punk. That could be something there with the whole Nightmare Family thing that I was talking about earlier with Cody. Let's see. Demon needs to be back in Mania. I completely agree. If he was ever going to bring the Demon back, it should be on the biggest stage of them all. That would blow the roof off, like literally. Literally. Yeah. That would be dope. That would be dope. Let's see, man. From there, KG, you brought up a good because I honestly, y'all, today I couldn't think of a heated roundtable discussion. But KG, my good tag team buddy, he told me, he said, yo, that thing in the group, let's do that as that. So let me go ahead and get that segment ready. And from there, we'll be making our picks for AEW Revolution, and we'll be calling it episodes. So here we go.
Ooh, the roundtable's getting heated. Heated roundtable.
All right, now Ghostface, you're gonna love this one too, because you've been commenting a lot. So salute, shout out to you for today. Let's see. So I'm gonna paint this scenario, you guys, and you have to pick from this scenario. You have the opportunity to choose between a WWE contract or a AEW contract. Which one will you choose? If you choose the WWE contract, here's the stipulation. You'll be on SmackDown. That'll be the brand you're signed to. Your role, you'll be a mid-card talent. Okay? Your contract will be for 3 years. And your salary is $1 million per year. Okay? Those are the terms and stipulations for the WWE contract. Now, here is the AEW contract. The AEW contract, the brand, obviously, you'll be on Dynamite. So no Collision or any of that. You'll be on Dynamite Wednesdays. Your role, you're going to be a main eventer. Okay? Your contract is for 5 years. 5 years with a $600K per year salary. Which one are you choosing? So KG, I'll start with you, brother. Which contract are you going with?
He's gonna sound biased because we're obviously talking a lot more WWE than AEW. I will say WWE though, just because if you said 3 years, right?
You get 3 in WWE, you get 5 in AEW.
I say 3 and on SmackDown only because the potential to advance to that main event scene though and get broken off on that next contract. In AEW, you could be in the main event there and they could drop the ball though if you come back over or you come over. I think there are some people in AEW that are main eventers that you might want. But I just feel like to become a truly household name, as it still is, I think you need to make it to the top in WWE, man. You could be a made person, man or woman.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like to become a household name in professional wrestling where they want you on the talk shows, the movies, and it's not to say AEW guys aren't doing that, but I don't think AEW talent is getting in Street Fighter right now. That's a big thing that they're doing right now with that. But
Yeah.
I do see why that I can see why it's not like I said with you AEW though, because there's definitely some AEW guys that WWE wants right now. Like I guarantee you they want Swerve back. I guarantee you they want FCR back. But at the same time, if they got them back, will they be stars in WWE?
Right.
We think, yeah, that should goes without saying, but we don't know, man. And then, like I said, you're getting more exposure on national television and for casual fans as well, because they're both on national TV. I get that, but we already know which one's getting higher ratings on a consistent basis between these two programs. So I'll go with WWE, but I don't think there's a bad answer to AEW.
All right, there we go. Shout out to the Wise Man tuning in. Wise Man, what up? What up? Wise Man, we finna make these picks, big fella, and I don't know. So let me get my pick. So honestly, much like KG said, I'm not picking AEW first. I'm picking WWE first. Yes, it's only for a mid card spot, but the visibility, much like KG said, the visibility that you'll get being in the just even in the mid card for WWE, the biggest brand in wrestling, as far as in the United States. I mean, sure, there's places overseas that eclipse, New Japan, whatever. But for this particular deal, and you got to think about the time too that you're signing for this contract. 3 years versus 5, right? Those 3 years, case in point, look at Trick Williams right now. Trick Williams is on he's just on a trajectory he's on an incline and he's going to continue to rise in status as long as he remains healthy. You know what I mean? Can talk on that mic and can deliver a decent match. He's doing all of the right things. They're utilizing him to go out there, be on shows like the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? Create visibility for WWE, for different various cultures and fans. So I think, and then the money factor there. Okay, you're making $1 million. From the jump, 3 million versus what is 600K? 600K times 5 is 3 million too. But it take you 2 more years to get to the 3 million, where you're already, 3 million in on the 3 years. So for me, just 3 years with WWE, we hit the negotiating table again. And if they want to continue to hold me there, then that's where it's like, nah, I'll jump ship at that point. If AEW is going to offer me, a similar, for me, I would probably try to negotiate. Instead of 5 guys, how about I give you 4? All right. And instead of a 600K, you guys know I got main event qualities, and that I'm obviously, because you want to put me in the main event immediately. So how about we raise that 6 to 7, and we good money? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to try to maximize that first opportunity. So that being said, go to WWE, make the money. Try to create as much visibility for yourself as you can. Make sure you're as prominent on WWE television in that mid card area as you can be. And you go from there. So I think that's just the easy way to go. I know it's a lot of other wrestling fans out here that's pro AEW, and my hat's off to you. Nothing wrong with that. They would say, hey, look, I want to go to the main event scene immediately. And I wouldn't even look at that as a wrong answer either. I just think for me personally, I'm signing for less time, and I'm going to make the same money in less time. Sure, I won't be in the main event there, but I'll be able to rise my stock those 3 years, especially if I'm pushing and doing the things I need to do to become a main event player in the mid card, because that's a thing too. You get the U.S. title on SmackDown, you hold it for a significant amount of time, you win a bunch of good feuds, you know what I mean? People are going to rock with you, and they're going to be looking for you to get to that main event scene once you do finally you lose that mid card championship, or if you're part of a tag team and you lose the tag team titles. So, but Again, like I said, I don't think it's a right or wrong answer there. I think it's purely just, discretion and prerogative there. Which would you rather do? Me and KG, we said WWE. So people, what would y'all do? What would y'all want to do? Hit the comments. We on here for a little bit longer. That was the heated round table question of the week. So that being said, KG, I got the good location of Wikipedia up and ready to go through these matches for AEW's Revolution, which is taking place Sunday, March 15th. Remember, this isn't a Saturday pay-per-view. This one's a Sunday pay-per-view. It's going to be taking place in Los Angeles at the Crypto Arena. All right? So we got 1, 2, 3.
I want the Rolling 60s on the card.
5. Oh, wow. 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 matches here. So this is going to be a nice pause. Nice pause. Long pay-per-view. And it's on a Sunday. Come on, TK. You could have did better than that, buddy. Unless they had to do Sunday. Maybe it's the Crypto is the Lakers, right? So maybe it was a Lakers game Saturday. I don't know. But let's see. We'll go ahead and set it off, man. Ricochet versus All to be announced in the Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW National Championship.
Man, I'm so confused with this. They merged the titles 2 years ago, right? With Okada and Omega, just to get back to separating them again. Or was it last year? I can't remember. It's dumb. Then he added another championship. And they split those two championships up after they merged those championships. So too many damn championships. Let's give Ricochet a little bit more time with this. The title's still relatively new. I'll go with Ricochet.
I'm there with you. I mean, the verse All, we don't know who those competitors could be. He could very well lose this title on Sunday, but like you said, it's a fairly new title that's been in AEW. It's on him right now, so maybe you give it a little more time. You make him look like the guy, make him look like a stud by keeping it. So I'll be going with Ricochet with you as well on that one.
You got to make Ricochet look strong.
Got to make him look strong, man. I'm going to leave the AEW title for last. Let's see. FTR. Okay, hold on. Let me add him to it. Now, we at the tail end, brother. We doing the match.
What you mean, bro? What you mean?
We at the tail end of this thing, big fella.
What you mean, bro?
So let me get your intro queued up right quick. Ladies and gentlemen, the wise man is here extra late. Don't tell Junior to come because I know he want to do his thing too. So while I get your intro ready, he need to be coming over here to the computer.
And now, your wise man, No Chill with Phil. Hashtag MM99.
Now, wise man, this is what we're gonna do before you do your spiel. We're gonna finish making these picks, and then we're gonna revisit the heated round table question of the week. That way you can cook on that, okay? All right.
So what we doing?
It's your intro time. Do your intro.
What you saying? Wait a minute.
I said before you continue, I was to just say that portion. I'm finished talking now, so go ahead and do your thing, man.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phil Myers, Sr., a.k.a. Cat Knock the Great with No Chill with Phil, the voice of violence on the indie circuit. Eminem and M, the minister of madness and mayhem. Medium Meat, the two-time child support slayer of the greatest state of Illinois. And as always, I am joined by my right-hand man, my main event dude. Let's get it. Cute, but it's cool, cause what's up? It's your boy, BJ! I am the child support recipient. I am the Black Panther. I am the God of War.
Man, I'm irritated. Man, I was asleep on the bus, going to school. I thought we was going home, but then we got to school. I'm like, dang. But it's cool. Because we home and we at this event. But ladies and gentlemen, we are the Op Stoppers. We do stuff Christian, and you know how it is.
Yeah.
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 I saw Finn get the all right.
All right. So here we go. Wiseman, we are in the middle of doing AEW Revolution picks
Why?
because it's on Sunday,
Why?
and we have people that watch the show that are AEW fans.
Okay.
We're gonna finish these picks, and then we're gonna give you a chance to give us your round table thoughts. No, so just give me a second. Let's finish this. These
All right,
picks
go ahead.
All right, FTR champions versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team titles.
Anybody but the not so young Bucks, FTR. I'm tired of their ass.
Damn,
And they family gonna be there, so I hope the family in tears.
Oh, you
I'm
want them to do
I'm tired of the Young Bucks, man. I'm tired of them. I'm sorry.
You want them to do a Bret and Owen, huh? He had a hearts all over there, distraught. It's kind of hard to pick against the FTR, man. Like it's kind of hard to pick against those guys.
So who's in the match?
It's FTR versus the Young Bucks.
FTR.
All right. For shits and giggles, I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks. Just because both of y'all picked the FTR, I kind of want to pick FTR too,
but see, the Bucks is watered down now, bro. Like,
well, you know, I always say, believe in the swerve. They just had a 6-man tag match. It was FTR and Tommaso Ciampa versus what's my man? What's his name?
Mark Briscoe
and the Young Bucks.
When did Ciampa get on? When did Ciampa go to AEW? Like,
he been in AEW like what, 2 months now, KG? 3 months.
So he quit. So he just quit and went live, huh?
He let his contract expire. So contract expired, and he was on that next week.
I don't know how I feel about him being there, but whatever.
Yeah. All right, let's see. John Moxley. I'm gonna try not to butcher his name. Konosuke Takeshita.
Konosuke
Takeshita. And this is going to be no time limit match for the AEW Continental Championship.
Mox. They're gonna kick him out of Don Callis family soon. So, or he's gonna leave on his own. Takeshita is so.
Okay, so you think this could lead up to that, him losing this match?
Yeah, because they already got the trios titles. They got the TNT Championship. They got the International Championship. So he's the only one without gold that they are building that group around. The other two got gold.
Okay. All right, Wise Man, you picking or you gyrating?
I'm doing both. Shout out to Sexy Red, bro. We got to talk about this during the hot take, during the Heated Round Table talk, bro. I can't see them putting Takeshita over Moxley, so I'm going Moxley. And I guarantee you they'll do something stupid in the match, like they'll do something.
Bleed.
Yeah, they'll do something ridiculous, like he'll stab himself. It'll be something silly that makes the match like, bro, all right.
Now this one I'm gonna go with y'all on it. I'm gonna go with John Moxley retain the AEW Continental title. All right, Andrade El Idolo with Don Callis versus Bandito.
Bandito.
Yeah, Bandito. He had too good of a year, coming off too good of a year. And I don't really care for Charlotte's ex-husband getting pushed like that already.
They not married no more?
Nah, they been divorced. Been divorced.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
He must have been sick of her shit.
Google Translate could only keep a marriage alive so long. Because he barely speaks English. I guarantee you, she don't speak a damn lick of Spanish outside of her calling him Poppy on IG.
Hey, well, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna go with Andrade though for shits and giggles. Let's see, Brody King versus Swerve Strickland. This is probably gonna be the start of a blood feud, but yeah, should be good though.
Swerve. I'm not confident on that, but Swerve.
All right.
Because Brody just lost he just lost. I would say dirty. He just lost the AEW World Championship match clean.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see how they let him go over Swerve, who just beat Kenny Omega and put him on the show. Plus, I think they're setting up that feud, so I think you got to keep Swerve.
Gotta keep him hot.
Yeah.
But
I'll go Swerve. I'll go Swerve.
We ain't talking about the Jackson.
Kenny Omega could come and assist Brody to get the W. So that because I don't think I've seen him on AEW since that match that him and Swerve had. So
it wasn't worth watching.
Nah, that match was great. You bugging.
No, it actually was.
You bugging. Let's see. Tekla versus Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's Championship.
What's her face, Willow?
Willow ain't in the match, bro.
Willow not in that.
No, Tekla versus Chris Statlander.
You fighting a dude?
No, Phil.
What?
It's the Women's World Heavyweight Championship match.
I just asked a question.
It's not a dude. It's two women.
Who you thought was the dude? Both or one of them?
I know Chris Statlander's a chick, but what's the other name?
Tekla.
See, that sounds like a guy. That's a dude's name.
She is from the same country as Ring General, so she is from Austria. So I don't know what their names are like over there. But Tekla is a woman.
Okay, y'all ain't gotta get no attitude down. I'm gonna go with Tesla.
Tesla?
What did you say the name was?
Tech Love.
Tech Love?
Tech Love.
That's what I just said, Tech Love.
No bread, no water. Just me.
Bro, yeah. No bread, no water, just meat.
I like it. Chamo. What that trick?
I'm gonna go with Chris Statlander, man. I'm gonna go with Chris Statlander.
I'm gonna go with Tekla. I don't think they're gonna, because if that was the case, they should never even change the title off her in the first place. I thought she might have been injured or something. They might have took it off.
And that's what I was thinking too. This is the 2 out of 3 falls match as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now you know what? Never mind. I'm going with Statlander.
All right.
No, I'm staying with Tesla because if she's from the same country as Gunther, then yeah. Cause they from what, Germany?
Austria. Close enough, I think. They kind of adopt, depending on, like, a lot of those European countries kind of adopt people if they spend enough time.
But Australia ain't nowhere near Germany.
Austria.
So that's what I just.
Not Australia. Austria. Australia is not in Europe, Phil.
That's what y'all just said.
Hey man, look. Next match. This is for the trios title in AEW. All right, the Don Callis family: Kazuchika Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis versus Mystico and Jet Speed. The Jet Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey.
Mystico out of jail?
No.
I'm gonna keep up with his energy. They doing speed for the match?
Bro, wait, what? Okay, you said Mystical?
Mystico. Mystico,
bro,
not Mystical.
The Don Callis family.
I'm going with Mystical, bro.
Not Mystical. Not shaking your ass. Watch yourself. Not him.
You just said Mystical.
I said Mystico.
Right, Mystical. You just saying it slower.
Phil, I'm going with Don.
Bro.
I'm going with Don Callis family.
No, I'm going with Mystical. Cause y'all remember that rap he did? If you ever see me fight the bear, help the bear, bro. Yeah, cause that bitch gonna need it. That boy need it. Yeah.
Timeless Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir.
Marina.
Single match. All right.
Marlena. I'll go with Marlena.
Marina. Okay. I'm gonna go with Timeless Tony Storm. And last but certainly not least, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page in the last chance Texas death match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. If Page loses, he will never be able to challenge for the AEW World Championship ever again.
You know what happened the last time that
MJF
happened?
is holding it, or just in general?
In general.
In general.
You know what happened the last time somebody did that? Adrenaline in my soul, something Cody
Rhodes.
So I guess that means Heyman about to be out here. Heyman gonna lose. He gonna be Brock Lesnar's opponent at WrestleMania. He gonna answer the open challenge. We know it's gonna be over. I'm joking, but I am taking it. I am choosing MJF.
I know we everybody's thinking over, right? But I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put that out there. I wouldn't be mad at that.
We don't need Hangman Adam Page, bro.
Nah,
it's
this
how
dude's
Triple H was on that prior to.
Nah, he's reinvented himself. I'm with you. He was like the standard cookie cutter baby face, boring promos.
That dude he was the cowboy alcoholic.
Hey man, that dude reinvented himself. I'd rather see him.
He definitely did.
I'm going MJF.
I'm going MJF though. I don't necessarily mean that means he's gonna be out of AEW soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody jumped ship, man. I could, because they were offering him 7 figures to be the face of NXT. And that was what, hey man.
Why?
They said if there was no AEW, the Bucks, Kenny Omega, all of them was going to WWE. They were going to the main roster. Bucks and Kenny were, and then he was supposed to go to NXT and be like a face NXT came in.
Is it? Hangman's not that good.
Yes, he is, but that's another discussion for another time.
Right.
Bro, yeah. Hangman is not good, bro.
He just won best. He just was voted the best interviews from last year for wrestlers. So
best I don't know if interviews. What interview did he do?
I'm talking like the best talker in terms of promos, which he was pretty consistent.
He won best promo. Got it. Okay.
In AEW or in general?
In general. I mean, you don't watch the product anymore, Phil. Come on now.
Bro, stop the cap.
You know what? You can.
All right, you been poking the bear. You been poking the bear.
Bro,
we're gonna get ready to end it in 1 second, KG. We're gonna get it in 1 second. I want to give him a chance to do the heated roundtable question. So, Phil, I'm gonna give you this question real quick, bro. Now, 2 contracts. You have the opportunity to get signed by WWE or AEW. Here's the WWE stipulations. You're going to be on SmackDown. That's the brand you'll get drafted to. You'll be a mid-card talent there. The contract will be for 3 years, $1 million per year. All right? That's the WWE contract. The AEW contract, you'd be on Dynamite. You'd be an instant main eventer. All right? Contract is for 5 years. Salary is going to be $600K per year. So you make $3 million there as well. It just takes you 2 more years to get to it. Which contract are you picking and why?
For me, it's a bias. I'm just going to be flat out biased. I'm signing WWE. Reason why I'm signing WWE is I don't like the AEW product. I don't. I get that the schedule is a lot more flexible. You know, I get that it has a whole lot of leeway, downtime. But see, like when you look at some of our favorite superstars that are known as the greats. They started at that mid card level. They pushed that mid card level to the next level. We could take it back. Shawn Michaels, shout out Jack Silverman on Facebook, said he couldn't agree more. You look at Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, you look at some of those tag teams, you look at a lot of those people from the golden era, the Benoits. I don't know if I was supposed to say his name, but oh well. The Benoits, the Malenkos. You look at those mid-carders, you look at some of them pay-per-views, those mid-card matches were better than the actual match, than the actual final event. You know what I'm saying? Which WrestleMania was that with Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall, the ladder match?
WrestleMania 10.
Yeah, dude. I don't remember the main event of that match, but I do remember Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon tearing it up. Put me in that position to claw and dive and build my way.
I think it was that dude that was
top.
convicted of touching 16-year-olds. Oh no, that was the WrestleMania after that. Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, LT. Yeah.
That might have been the one after. It was him and Bam Bam. I can't remember which one was 10 or
But yeah, bro, give me that mid card. Right now, put me in that division with a Sammy, a Braun, a Logan Paul. Put me in there with the young OG Javon Evans. Hell, put me in there with Obafemi, because you look at how the Dominics, the different era. I'm sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but even if you look at like TNA, and they're like AJ was a mid card, and AJ became one of the best to ever do it. You look at that X division. If it wasn't for AJ, Samoa Joe, Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, what was that one cat? Monty. The one dude with I think so. Who was the one dude with the red X? On TNA.
I don't know.
But I want to.
red?
No, he had on Lucha mask. He had the red X. His mask then looks very much like Penta's mask now, but it had the red X in the middle.
No, I heard it was. I can't know what you're talking about though.
But anyways, you look at those matches. It was those mid carders that made those dog fights, bro. Let's just call it what it is. We've seen matches where Bret Hart was the mid card, and by the time Hogan and them came out, it was like, nah. So yeah, give me the opportunity to build up that title. That's why a lot of the greats, like a John Cena, like a AJ Styles, like a few other people, yeah, hell yeah. That's why they're the greats. That's why they're called the greats. You look at Booker T, when Booker T and Harlem Heat were just mid-carders. Had some of the best matches.
Definitely.
Steamboat was a mid-carder. Them Intercontinental title matches that he had? Come on, bro. I will be I'm mid-card. I'm going with the mid-card.
Shit, honestly, I think the mid card, the IC title was revered more back then, like you said, than the WWF Championship. Like all of the classic matches were definitely happening, time after time with that IC title versus the heavyweight championship match during the Hogan era. Like, and not to sit there and act like it wasn't, classic matches happening with the heavyweight guys like that, but the Bret Harts, the Mr. Perfects, the Shawn Michaels, like you just said, the Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Ricky Steamboats, the Macho Mans, think
about that match. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but think about that match with Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect. Come on, bro. They put on a clinic. Come on, bro.
Even a double turn at WrestleMania 13. I remember who the main event was, but everybody's talking about Bret and Stone Cold after that. They weren't talking about Psycho, Rest His Soul. They weren't talking about Psycho Sid and Taker.
True.
Right.
And shout out to Jack Silverman. He said, how about Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio back in WCW? Great matches.
Absolutely.
Great matches.
Absolutely.
Great. And unfortunately, bigger names kind of drowned it out, those mid-carders, until they broke out of that mid-card division. You know what I'm saying? Because, and it's funny how he brought up Jericho. You remember Jericho was the Lion Tamer in WCW.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't giving them matches no shine, even though them matches were great. It was all about the NWO.
Yeah, they saved the third hour of Nitro for like the big dogs. Like they basically Eric Bischoff didn't I don't want to say didn't believe, but he didn't give them the shot to be main eventers like that during that timeline. Like you had the tag team and the luchadors and the main mid card guys. Those first 2 hours, that was their pocket. You know what I mean? And then from there, like you said, that last pretty much hour of Nitro was the NWO until they started like migrating and putting pieces of the NWO faction into like the mid card. So you'd have a Scott
Yeah.
Hall, that would be holding the US title.
Nitro would start off with NWO and end with NWO for the majority of the time. And then, bro, you look at these dogs now. What's my man's name? Dragunov? Ilya Dragunov? Bro, he's a mid-carder, bro. You telling me the matches that we got on Raw or on SmackDown and Raw weren't WrestleMania level matches? Him.
And what he was doing on NXT, dude, I'm telling you, he was killing.
Him, Mello, a lot of these young cats now, bro, like they got it. When I look at the product of AEW now, you have the talent, but you're not doing nothing with it. And it's these lame storylines or whatever. Like who was the young kids that were the tag team on AEW? They're brothers. One was 21, the other one was 19. Bro, you could have did so much with Top Flight.
Yeah.
What was the other tag group that was like it was AEW's version of Street Profits? Remember they used to come out with like
Private Party, yeah.
Private Party, yeah. Bro, you look at some of them. They didn't do nothing with them.
They touched the titles. They touched the titles. They just got beat the hell up by Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. Black on black crime.
Right.
But
once they finally gave them the titles, here come the Almighty.
Like, bro, like you gonna have me get. Y'all gonna have me get beat up by Bobby Lashley, bro? That's bull.
Hey man, at least he was consistent. Because guess what other black team put over the Acclaim?
Are they even still around?
But guess who put them over?
Who?
You remember who put them over?
Who?
Another black tag team, Swerve and Keith Lee.
Oh, that was very short-lived. That was very short-lived.
They had him walking around with the bogus Brock Lesnar. What was his name? Something Parker.
The dude with the red mohawk.
Yeah.
The Murder Hawk. Oh, you talking about
Murder Hawk. Yeah.
No, there was something they thought he was gonna be like the next Brock, basically, because of his whole build and his look and everything. And then they also had some dude that was bald headed with tattoos, basically looked like a skinhead, but he had tattoos on his head.
Mm-hmm.
They did Swerve bogus, bro, and he somehow bounced back from that.
And yeah,
they gave him they basically gave that man the white version of what was his crew in WWE? Hit Squad or Hit Row?
Oh wow,
Hit Row, yeah.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah.
He really beat Fab's the only one still employed.
And see,
she's actually has work to a degree. She don't look.
She's putting in work.
She's gotten better. She's gotten better.
But see, bro, going back to the question too, a lot of these people that have fell to the wayside with with AEW, they don't go nowhere. Like when they're done, you don't really see them doing anything. you know, Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints or whatever. It's like, he's one of the few, but I'm still
Ethan
not.
Page.
Who?
Ethan Page. Both of them over in NXT right now.
Name another one.
Royce
Cody.
Keys.
Royce don't count, bro.
Cody.
They just ain't got started with him yet.
Cody
But
definitely
Cody is-
don't count. And none of them were mid Carters.
No, but Cody was borderline main event in AEW, and now he is the man in WWE. But I just would think, like I said, to my point, that's what you brought up some great perspectives, because I didn't even talk about the working with the talent. So that was great on your part, Phil. I was just saying I would lean towards, because it's more visibility, even though they're both on national television. We know SmackDown draws a bigger audience, and we transition that to Tim's point, to Logan's point, should I say. He was on Breakfast Club's. Trick Williams wasn't. He's in the mid card size, upper mid card right now. So I think you get more opportunities outside the company as well. Being a mid carder in today's WWE over being there AEW. Bret Hart ain't never looked happy in his life. You know, was he in the? No, he wasn't in the mid card then. When he was posted with TLC.
That was his Intercontinental run.
That was 92. That was 92.
Yeah, that was his Intercontinental run.
Down. He was down with the swirl,
bro. And Bret Hart, bro. Look. Let me say this too, also, and thank you for the compliment, KG. If KG gives a compliment, you earned it when you said different perspective. Here's the other thing too, why I would take the WWE mid-card contract. No, KG, come back on the screen, bro. Dang.
No, I just had to.
Dang. Every time I talk, you want to get off the camera. No, bro.
He was checking his phone, brother.
The reason also too why I say WWE, because WWE got better looking women. I know it's not Hot Take After Dark. I know that. I know. I'm just saying.
Are you doing After Dark tonight?
I mean, bro, I'm possibly. We'll see. Yes, leaning towards yes, but yeah. But bro, think about it. The women in WWE are prettier than the women in AEW, and statistically, they did a study on this. Men perform better around prettier women. Thus, I think that's why WWE, the caliber of matches and everything and the work everybody putting in is because of how beautiful the women are over there. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna tell you something. I know somebody. You don't even really mess with white women like that. He saw Rhea without that gothic makeup. He said he saw Rhea. He was like, "What the hell?" He was like, "Oh." you saw Rhea at the Hall of Fame when her and Dom got up and walked out. At first, I didn't even realize that was Rhea. I said, "That's Rhea." Bro,
3D graphics.
No, that's not. Oh, hey, some epic.
Bro, I'm just saying, bro. And I can only base it off of me and my personal research, bro. Cause okay, so like when I was in school, if I was in classes with ugly girls, I failed. Like I got C's and D's. Pretty girls, all A's.
Wow.
All A's. So I think the same mindset, like, yo, I gotta outwork everybody over here at WWE because we got too many fine women over here. Just my opinion.
I can repeat.
Phil was trying to get to the head of the class.
Yeah.
Well, wise man, I'm glad we stuck around to get your perspective on that topic. I knew you was gonna cook on that one, so definitely appreciate you getting on here for that. The people are clamoring, man, for Hot Take After Dark. So if we don't get it tonight, then next week we can definitely lock in, my brother, and make sure we make that happen.
You gonna join?
Yeah, you know, I every time. See, and I ain't gonna put family business out here because I be telling Will, like, Will, hey, and then I had to go ahead and I had to do my thing overnight. But I'd be good with wearing multiple hats, Paul. So it'd be cool. I just want to see the product come out. You know what I'm saying, and flourish. We gotta feed the family when they want to eat. You know what I'm talking about?
I can dig that, bro. I'm all for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Remember when that dude who claims that he was supposed to be a bigger star in WWE? That was his little thing, like he was pounding the table like a temper tantrum.
Ooh.
Feed me more.
Ryback.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, no dice.
I think he was a blueprint for was it Scott?
What not
Scott
to be?
Steiner? Yeah.
What you
No,
mean? Fake Scott Steiner? He wish he had some Scott Steiner talent.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of what it was because they had him like a crossbreed between Scott and RVD.
Right, the airbrushed RVD ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all bad.
So okay, so I know y'all trying to wrap up. What do y'all think is going on with the Vision? Because this slowly but surely falling apart. And that shit with Seth Monday was kind of weak. That was weak.
It's been off the rails. I told Logan earlier. I said so. Adam Pearce, controller, who comes in and out of his building in terms of who enters it, right? Like, where all these masked people coming from? And they gonna throw in camouflage. Why did he need all that to run away? So to Phil's point, it made zero sense.
Right, bro.
He needed like 30 men coming into the ring to run around in circles for all of them just to run away.
Bro, I'm sitting here.
It was kind of cool to me though, man. I ain't no front.
You remember, even Adam Pearce was like, "I ain't even need all that, bro." He was just like,
I kind of get into it, agree, but also this is like it more on the lines of if he doing the hit and runs, why wouldn't he always come out with all them dudes? Period. Why would you need to put your damn mask back on? Because he could. I don't know, man. I guess they don't know which one to chase, but it's getting kind of whack, man.
Did y'all see this?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I left it off for the screen for a reason.
He's what? The most.
Oh yeah, put it back up.
He set the table.
That was early on.
He set the table for a lot of wrestlers, but he set the blueprint in the 80s. But the problem is, a lot of that wouldn't be there without Hogan. But then they took it to another level. We talking Go Talk for me. He's what Terry Bollea said off camera. You got to be more than a one trick pony. Rest his soul, but. We didn't need the 1980s superhero after a while. He got old real quick. He never really developed his character into the NWO. That's why they turned on him in WWF. Because if you listen to it, the most important wrestler in history, quote unquote, 4 or 5 years into his run does not get booed, or rather, that pop Taker got when he won the title. That's crazy to me. A heel.
And this was heel Taker,
early.
like,
right, but this is early, like when kids were supposed to, or the fans too, were like, this was before like it became cool to cheer the villains.
Yeah. This is when he was still putting people in body bags. That Taker.
And then he politicked to get the title off Taker like 6 days later. So no, I'm not co-signing that. For me, we talking Go Talk. I need you to be well-rounded. That's cool. He had his time where he made wrestling go into a boom period. I get that. He's important, but he's almost like, I would say, almost like a Bill Russell. Just because you were great at one thing, rebounding or whatever, and you won a lot of championships, don't mean you make you the GOAT.
Who's Bill Russell?
Talking about the Celtics basketball.
Who's
I
Bill
my
Russell?
my goat is he was the best player basically on those Celtics teams that won all those championships in the early like '60s. Um,
Don't you mean Robert Parrish?
no.
No, man. He meant who he said.
Robert Parrish was the spoken token until Dennis Johnson came there in the '80s. Uh, I'm going like either Stone Cold Flair or Cena because you need personality. You need to be able to sell tickets. You need to also be able to wrestle. Which, like I said, he's deceased. Name more than 2 Hogan matches that you would say you would actually go back and watch. That to me right there says it all. Say he's most important now.
You probably just said one of them that you would watch when he lost to Undertaker.
Nah, I would watch that steel cage match against Ric Flair. I think it was like Halloween Havoc, like '94 or something. That was pretty good.
Mhm.
And then HBK, even though he was
Damn.
overselling the move, he was overselling his moves at SummerSlam. But
He was. He definitely putting sauce. Definitely was putting sauce on it for
it
him.
was still like a good match, though.
Hey, let me read a comment that came through on Footbook, on Footbook, on Facebooks.
Football.
I admit it.
Hot take after dark.
No. I admit it. I was a huge Hulk Hogan fan, but when I found out how much of a douchebag he was in life, I'm happy he's dead.
Now, I'm not gonna say I'm happy he's dead. I mean, obviously we all got to go there someday, but
Got to go where? I ain't going to hell.
I'm not go to hell. I'm talking the afterlife is what I was referring to.
Oh, I was like, no, I'm
Um,
not going to hell.
yeah, no. You but when everything came out of just how he just how much of a not good person he was,
Phil said the
it was,
non-kayfabe Hell in a Cell.
I put it like this,
Right, that's literal hell in a cell. And I just
and
sent
this
y'all that
might
video
be
of him cutting that promo on Tony Atlas. Y'all see that shit?
yeah. I saw that before you sent it too. Like it's
Where
it's some atrocious stuff, man. But now this may be a bit bold or harsh, however you want to say it, before we get out of here. But the way they don't talk about Chris Benoit is kind of how I feel like they should do about Hulk Hogan now. And I know that's crazy to say because of the contribution he made to wrestling. But if he really was that big of a POS, then why are we celebrating this dude? Like, seriously.
Okay. Was Hulk Hogan a mega force? Yes. Was Hulk Hogan the Tom Bradley of ushering in the golden era of wrestling? Yes. I said his name right? Tom Bradley? The
Tom
quarterback
Brady?
dude? Bradley.
You meant Brady?
The dude that
From the
played for
Patriots?
the he played for the New England Buccaneers with the coach.
The New England Patriots. You're talking about Tom Brady. But continue.
Yeah, Tom Bradley. Yes, was he that guy that ushered in the huge draw of and just the blast of professional wrestling on a national syndicate? Yes. Yes.
Go ahead. I was getting the rest of my water, man.
Bro, pause, bro. What no more damn water in that cup, bro.
I got it all. But go ahead, finish, man.
Pause, bro. You say you got it all. Pause.
Pause. Good pause.
But
Taking
yeah,
it
bro,
all
like
solo.
when you have to think when you think about it too, after he got stale, Hogan wasn't hot again until NWO. Like y'all like really think about that. Because remember he went to WCW, he did the thing there, and that was stale.
Yeah, because he started getting booed there. That's the whole reason why.
That was getting stale. And
He
how
wasn't even
long was
supposed to
he
be
there?
the NWO leader.
Yeah, and it's like how long was he there even before NWO became hot?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't just like Hulk Hogan just came out of nowhere. He had been there and was stale.
Yeah,
Most
he was.
important-
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Just most important wrestler. I ain't giving him that. But was he a force? Yes.
Totally.
What he did that also help people get bigger contracts, big money contracts? Yes. But it wasn't just him, man. It was Bischoff, it was DX, it was Vince, it was a lot of different players that made that thing possible. It wasn't just Hogan. So yeah, I do know my sports. It's Tom Bradley. I know my sports.
I also feel like Hogan's kind of stuck in his era to what he did. Like it wouldn't transcend to now.
No.
And he also couldn't keep up with the wrestlers now. And then to the NWO point to piggyback off bringing what that up to Phil, I think he was responsible for the biggest boom, arguably, with that company, or one of the reasons, right? But he's also one of the reasons for the biggest that company's downfall. Because they did not know when to end the damn NWO. Like, what are we doing here? Like, finger poke of doom? Do you understand how much that killed that company? Like, they built Goldberg up to take the title off Hogan, right? Big spiel, the first ever 110-0, whatever he was, 150-0. Loses to Kevin Nash. Scott Hall shot the hell out of him with that kettle pride, whatever that was. That was actually pretty funny watching that back. Rest in peace, Scott Hall. But I say that you get the title on Kevin Nash. Okay, yeah, it was another NWO guy, but it was expanded onto the Wolfpack. All right, maybe you build somebody else up to take the title out. No, we're not taking nobody title off the Nash for somebody we're gonna build up like we built up Goldberg. We're not gonna invest in Booker T. We're not gonna invest in Chris Benoit. Nah, people that's been here, just grinding. We're gonna do a finger poke of doom and put the title right back on Hulk Hogan. Like, you're not gonna say no, this is not good for the company.
And that was the start of it. A lot of people get mad at the finger poke of doom.
It was
I'm
funny.
kind of like, all right, because what y'all were doing during that time wasn't hitting anyway. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
That was like the beginning of the end anyway.
Yeah. A lot of what they were doing wasn't hitting on nothing.
Yeah, because they weren't developing stars.
And the only thing with NWO, like NWO brought like gang culture to wrestling. It brought mob action to professional wrestling. Cause then it was like you had No Mask, Rey Mysterio, and Conan. You had No Limit. Like,
and
fun times. I'm glad it's over.
Karl Malone was presented as the babyface.
The one and only time he was ever a babyface.
Yeah. Because didn't he get caught up liking little girls?
Yeah, he got a 13-year-old pregnant.
Dang.
I think his son played in the NFL. That child. I think he was on Buffalo at one point.
He didn't have nothing to do with that kid, though, right?
No, he didn't. Just like his daughter. He didn't claim her either.
Did the kid come out okay, or was it,
I mean, I think he was like an offensive lineman on the Bills or something, if I'm not mistaken, on Buffalo.
No, but I'm saying, like,
I'm assuming. I didn't hear any, like...
Bro, you're not looking at...
She wasn't related to him, I don't believe. No, I don't think she was related to him. Was she?
Also, Phil, I just said he played professional football. I don't know any actual, mentally handicapped people. You miss me saying he played... I knew what you were getting at, but you didn't have to do all that.
Bro.
Oh, wait, KG, you got to remember, though, it was that one dude, he was on the Saints, I think, they had the one hand.
I mean, no, but I mean, mentally, I said. I didn't say physically. I said mentally. He's doing
True,
mentally.
True. Yeah.
I know you're talking about. I forgot him. Yeah, the DB. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That was the only one. That was the only one person.
No, but that was a physical. That wasn't a mental, though. What Phil just did, there's no way up.
Bro.
Because
see, this what happened with Phil on the show.
Serious right now?
You're gonna get us canceled, man.
Bro, you can't get... Bro, stop it. Look,
KG, he got us kicked off of
I
Instagram
know.
last time we did Hot Take. The last episode of Hot Take we did, he got us kicked off. Kicked smooth off. I don't even
Within
remember
minutes. Within minutes.
We wasn't
But
even
no,
like in full stride of the episode, bro. That happened like the first 10 minutes of the episode.
I remember exactly what happened.
all I'm saying is, Karl Malone, older guy, got a 13-year-old girl pregnant. The child from the 13-year-old.
No, Phil. He was a functioning adult that played on the Buffalo Bills in the NFL.
But see, bro, you just said it. The Buffalo Bills was never good, bro.
Not during that period.
On that note, good people, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Hot Take Wrestling. As y'all know, the party always starts at 8 p.m. unless we on CP time, okay? Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to check out Hot Take Wrestling Podcast every Wednesday. Hoping to have get an episode of Hot Take after waiting for it. The wise man got some stuff cooking.
Hey, what the?
So,
What the?
What are you doing, Crab?
I want to go downstairs with you.
You want to say hi?
Uh,
Come here, put it down. Say hi. Ugh, yuck.
hi.
You gonna say hi? Do your intro. No. Do your intro. Say what's up, everybody. I'm Miles,
What's up, everybody? I'm Mario.
and I'm a mutant.
I am my movie.
I'm Spider-Man,
My rabbit.
and you can't teach that.
And can't that.
There we go. All right.
There we go. All right, so y'all make sure y'all check us out on there. Smash the subscribe button on NMG Television on YouTube. NMG TV most.
Bro, you can't say smash my son down here, bro.
Pause on that. But yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button, please, on YouTube, and you can always check us out on Twitch, Kick, and on Facebook and X. X wasn't working for the majority of the show earlier, so I don't know what was going on there. But I did get us on X eventually. So shout out to y'all that check us out on there as well. Any last thoughts, people, before we get up out of here?
No thoughts, just
Bro.
this.
Bro, shout out to Sexy Red that putting out fire music for HBK. I've been bouncing around this bitch like Shawn Michaels in '97. Just you wanna, bro. Sexy Red is the best female MC ever.
See, this where I cut it off, y'all, because I'm not gonna let him get that off. Okay.
Whoa, pause, bro. My son right here, bro.
Listen, man. Hey, relax. But all right, y'all. This is Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. We will catch y'all next week.